This is a quick demo of the latest ChatterBox prototype and how the Chatter's messaging system works. I've got my test rig here that lets me test different things running the latest version of my software, and I'm just running that so that I can have multiple devices here. The older prototype is here. It's this boxy thing, which I got about 1.5 miles range on and didn't really try any farther. So it may have gone farther. I just kind of ran out of room, got to the edge of a field that I didn't want to go through. So, yeah, this is the old one. This one is running on the Nano Arduino Nano platform. So it works pretty well. I wanted to go with a bigger screen and also just try something a little different. So the newer one is currently based on the Maker Zero, but it's very compatible with all different devices. I just only have so much time. But for now, I've gone with this skinnier, flimsier antenna, but I'm really interested in trying some of these internal options, but we'll see how this goes. The newer one is I wanted to get something that you could slip in your pocket. As you can see, I haven't fastened it together yet because I'm probably going to need to take it apart and put it back together several times in the next few weeks. But I've got it much thinner. I can definitely slide this in my pocket. I would show you a reference compared to my phone, but I'm using my phone to record. It's a 3.2-inch screen, touch screen. It did get quite a bit thinner, and it's going to get thinner yet. But just to give a quick demo, I will power this thing up. I should have washed the screen probably. Okay, so it starts up. Yeah, I've got the password on. You may or may not have a password. I've got a really secure password, and there it is. So, okay, so now I'm connected. You can see my old messages from previous tests. I'm going to delete those because I want to have a clean start with these. Okay. And they're gone as soon as I say go. Yeah, they're gone. Okay, so broadcasting, when I do a cast, all these, you might not be able to pick it up too well in the video. Up at the top of the screen here, it's going to tell you who this device is and what cluster it's on. So this is on mat.cluster, and you may not be able to see it well on the others, but yeah, they are also, yeah, there you go. They're on the same cluster, they just have different names. This one's called Nano, this one's called Me, and this one's called Prototype. So when I will broadcast a message here, whoops, hi every, let's just go with that. Okay, so as soon as I say go, it's going to encrypt it with the symmetric key of the network. If you can make it out, it should be lighting up the other screens, and yeah, that popped in there. Hi every. It shows up on this one as well. Okay, and here it shows that went out to all. This one says it received it from Prototype, so that's fine. I'm going to show a direct message, so I will send it from Prototype here to Me. So that will be a direct message, and I will select Me, and I'm just going to, okay, all right, a non-word. Okay, so as soon as I say go, it's going to encrypt it with the private key of this device, the public key of that device, and these two devices should be able to see it. This one will have noticed that a message went across, but it doesn't have the keys necessary to decrypt it. but it still is aware that these two are talking, which should assist in the mesh delivery if it came to that. But this was not a mesh delivery. These are so close together. It was direct. But you can see here, this shows it went to me. And if I'm looking at the other device, this shows it came from prototype. So if this guy wants to reply, he just needs to touch the message. And I've got the landscape keyboard on this one, and just because that's a little easier. Whoops. It's hard to do from this angle. Okay, there we go. All right, so there's a direct message that should go from this test rig to this one, and yep, there it is. So again, the other device sitting here lonely did not get it. So that's just a quick demo. Some of the other things that I might show here. Let's see, the onboarding. I could easily bring another device into the cluster by putting that one in join mode and putting this one in onboard, and they would exchange information to pull that device into the cluster. If you do a factory reset, which I don't want to do, you can change the keyboard and things. You can turn on Wi-Fi. I currently have it turned off. And disable message history. If you want the message history to disappear every time you reset the device, you can do that. Or if you factory reset, it will actually write zeros to all of the device memory, everything. Everything will be gone. Any keys, any messages, packets, anything. Even information that helps in the mesh delivery that is not risky at all, it will wipe all that. And it takes just 2 or 3 seconds to do that with a couple of clicks. You can lock the screen. I may have that automatically happen after a few seconds. I just haven't done it yet. So if I lock the screen, it obviously turns the screen off. No one can use this. I could sit this somewhere and have it still assisting in mesh delivery. And if someone happened to pick it up, it doesn't matter. They can't do anything with it. I need to label this, but the unlock button, or the unlock button is actually the screen up here. So when I touch it, it's going to prompt me for a password. If you don't know the password, the device is useless. It's not useless because it's trying to match your password against something. It's useless because when you set a password, everything on this device that is any kind of state is stored on this FRAM. Well, you can't see it on there. A FRAM chip, and if you set a password, everything is encrypted with that password. So no one can do anything with it if they don't have the password. So that's a quick overview. I'm working on getting it smaller. I have an order for a custom PCB out that I expect to get back next week that will make assembling these things very simple. And that alone should thin it down a little bit, because there's actually a lot of wires in here, and I'm going to get rid of those. And I have some ideas of how to make it even thinner yet, and hopefully get rid of this antenna, but we'll have to see how the testing goes. So that's the latest prototype.